to Upton Park on this wet and windy October Saturday. This afternoon, the Hammers meet Charlton Athletic for the very first game between the two clubs in the First Division. The good news for Hammers fans is that Alan Devonshire returns to the side after an absence of 9 games following a niggly knee injury. Young Kevin Keane drops down to the subs bench to make way. Charlton are unchanged from the side which beat Leicester City 2-0 last Saturday. The teams today: West Ham United, in goal Phil Parks, number 2 Ray Stewart, who continues as captain in absence of Alvin Martin, George Parris, number 3, Tony Gale and Paul Hilton in the centre of defence, Alan Devonshire, number 6, Mark Ward, Paul Goddard, Alan Dickens, Tony Cottee and Neil Orr. Kevin Keane is the substitute. The mascot today is Gary Guide, who comes from the Berlin Road, Forest Gate, London. Charlton Athletic, unchanged from the team that has gone 3 games undefeated. In goal, Nicky Johns, number 2, John Humphrey, number 3, Mark Reid, number 4, Andy Peake, number 5, Steve Thompson, number 6, Peter Shirtliff, number 7, Robert Lee, number 8, Mark Stewart, number 9, Jim Melrose, number 10, Mark Aizlewood, who is the captain, and number 11, Colin Walsh. John Pearson is the substitute. The referee this afternoon is Roger Milford from Bristol, and the linesman with the yellow flag and the red trim is P.K. Helsby, and the linesman with the all-yellow flag, S.S. Pearce. Looks like the teams are staying as they are. And it's the Hammers to kick off. I have with me on the television gantry today West Ham United skipper Alvin Martin, who will no doubt be giving us his considered opinions of what's happening on the field. Paul Goddard to start the game, playing his second full game of the season. And the whistle goes and we're off. Straight away, Melrose has scored. That's an unbelievable start. Well, what happened there, Alvin? 14 seconds.
It's hard to believe. It's a hell of a start for Charlton, and that'll make it very, very difficult for us to get back in the game now. Charlton have got a reputation for getting a goal ahead and then soaking up a lot of pressure. So we're going to have to be patient now and try and look for that punishing ball.
Alan Devonshire. Gale. Goddard. Devonshire. Parris. Cut out by Walsh. Good first time ball there from Melrose. Peake. Devonshire. Tries to find Ward, but he slipped on the surface there. Gale's got this one covered. Turns nicely. Goddard. From these opening minutes, seems that Charlton are going straight in for everything. A good tackle there from Peter Shirtliff.
He played the ball then and got cut out.
Ward. Hilton. Hilton gets a lot in the box, Alvin. Does a similar job to you there.
Yeah, Hilton's done remarkably well. Whenever there's a corner being taken, he always looks to be in or around the ball, and he's put a lot of balls in the air that other people have been able to feed off.
Johns. Long ball deep into West Ham's half. Gale wins it. Dickens, a good challenge there. Parris. Humphrey. Steve Thompson. Lee. Long cross. Oh, there's a bit of pushing there. Robert Lee was pushing Parris, but the referees waved play on. Good decision that. Devonshire. He's got Parris outside him. Goddard. Orr. Devonshire. Back to Orr. Sloppy pass there. Walsh. Finds Lee. Current England under-21 international. And then a great shot there. It hit the underside of the bar. Jim Melrose. Well, Phil Parks never even moved for that one. Oh. And Cottee was offside there. Johns on kick. Gale. Phil Parks. That's gone deep into Charlton's half. Aizlewood. Parris. Goddard. Dickens with a fine shot. Great attempt there by Alan Dickens. What, 25-yard shot there, Alvin?
Yeah, fabulous. Alan can really hit the ball, and interesting to see who laid the ball off there with his chest. A superb lay-off by Paul Goddard, who's really, that just pinpoints the sort of player he is. He's able to make chances for other people so easily.
It's a corner now. Alan Devonshire. He didn't quite lift that enough. Throw on to be taken by Dev. Into Goddard. Good layoff. Devonshire. Oh, unlucky there. Parris. Orr. Devonshire. Ward. Devonshire. Oh dear, oh dear. Mark Aizlewood, the Charlton captain, just caught the ball there. Well, last season he would have been booked for that, no doubt about that. It's a free kick to the Hammers. We've got 3 men on the ball, all who can take the kick. And Ray Stewart's come across to make a fourth. Wardy's broken off, and Cottee slams it straight into Nicky John's arms. Johns with the kick. Well won by Ray Stewart. It's very blustery out there, Alvin. Do you think this is affecting the Hammers game a bit?
It always takes a while to get used to conditions when they're like this, Colin. I'm sure that the players start mastering it later on in the game. Well, hopefully we will, better than Charlton.
Parris. Goddard. Just unlucky there. Goddard wins it again. Back to Hilton. Hilton to Dev. Inside to Goddard. Didn't quite come off there. Hilton. Parris. It's going across field. Finds Ward. Tried to tuck it down the line for Ray Stewart, who was doing the overlap. But Mark Reid just got a boot in the way. It's a throw on to West Ham to be taken by Ray Stewart. Well, Peter Shirtliff had his arms round Goddard's neck then. Cottee's got some space. Beautiful little chip, headed out by Aizlewood. Neil Orr, well, I think it ran away from him there. Tony Cottee gets these crosses in so quickly.
Yeah, he makes a lot of good runs, and it was nice to see how Dev play that one really sharp. I think Dev's been out for quite a few weeks now, and it's going to be interesting to see how quickly he can get into the game, but we must be patient with him.
Goal kick to Charlton. Hilton. Dickens. He's been letting play on in most cases, and just when we needed it, he blew up for a free kick there. Devonshire. Booted into touch by John Humphrey. Devonshire with a throw. Parris. High into the box. Goddard. Flick on. Well, Mark Ward nearly got it over the line. Fine bit of goalkeeping by Nicky Johns there. And it's a corner to West Ham. To the far... An easy catch there for Nicky Johns. Signed from Tampa Bay Rowdies for $135,000 in November 1979. Gale. Devonshire, beaten by Andy Peake. Parris, over the top. Hooked out by Thompson. Parris. Gale. Long ball. Cottee header. Good ball there by Goddard. Goes past Parris. He's got a fair turn of pace, this lad. Blocked by Alan Devonshire. He's got Parris inside. Plays it back to Phil Parks. Long ball. Cottee's chasing. Beaten by Reid. Throw into Stuart. Down the line. Headed on by Mark Stewart. And West Ham have gained a corner. Sorry, a throw in. Stewart. One in the air by Steve Thompson. Stewart heads it back. Hilton gets the flick. Cottee's in. Scored, but the linesman's flags up for offside. Did you think he went too early there, Alvin?
It was very marginal, Colin. There wasn't a lot in it. It's always interesting to see a replay on that, but it did look like he just might have been the other side.
Well, 21 minutes gone and the goal doesn't count. It's still West Ham United 0, Charlton Athletic 1. Well, Charlton have stolen the points at Old Trafford and at Stamford Bridge this season, both with 1-0 wins. Do you think they're on the way to doing it again?
I think that all depends on us, really, Colin. If we can start playing the sort of football we've been playing all year, then I would always fancy us to score more than one goal against anybody. It all depends on whether we can have the patience to keep playing.
Well, Paul Goddard chopped down there. Free kick. Devonshire. Cottee. It's not running for him at the moment. Gale. Devonshire. Nice low cross. Taken well by Goddard. Beautiful cross. A good block there by Johns. And Charlton break. Robert Lee. Gets past Parris. Oh, it's a bad ball, that. Reid. Plays it wide. Back to Reid. Long ball, easily cut out by Hilton.
Goddard's looking very, very sharp at the moment. Lovely turn there, and was just needed someone in the right place at the right time to finish it off.
Yeah, his first touch is so good at the moment.
Yeah, considering he hasn't played first team football for such a long time, his touch looks remarkably good, yeah.
Cottee. Aizlewood beat Dickens there, offside. See, Mark Aizlewood is playing a sort of a sweeper role in front of the back four. There's a shove in the back there on Ward by Reid. Free kick to the Hammers. Walsh is not retiring at the 10 yards. Stuart. Goddard. Peake back to his keeper. Long ball. Parris. Push Lee in the back there. Free kick to Charlton. Walsh with the kick. Plays it wide to Peake. Knocks it up to Lee. Oh, and Lee couldn't quite get hold of the ball there. Throw on. Devonshire. Again, there's not a lot for him to aim at there. Finds Cottee. Cottee lost it to Lee. He's going across field. He'll have a shot. Left foot. Quite a strong runner, this Lee.
Yeah, he looks like he's having a lively game at the moment. I think George is going to have to start trying to get to grips with him. He looks like when he gets time to run at people, he looks very dangerous. So I think it's Paul Hilton gets the ball there, well played. It's a case of getting tighter to him before he actually gets the ball, and then not allowing him to turn and run at you.
Cottee, beautiful ball to Dickens. Dickens turns well, finds Orr. Out to Ward. Stewart's broken forward. Ward back to Orr. Oh, well, it just didn't read that one. I think he thought Alan Dickens was going to run in there. Johns. We've got Dickens limping up the front now. As the ball goes through to Phil Parks. He's in the centre circle. He's hobbling a little. Hilton. Tried to go past Thompson but was stopped. Lee. Devonshire. Oh, he just ghosted past Walsh there. Pulled down from behind by Peake. Devonshire. Parris. Ward. Long ball. Hilton comes in. He got his head to it. And it's whacked into touch by John Humphrey. Devonshire with the throw. Parris back for Devonshire. Gets the line, tries to pull it back. Ward. Oh, cheeky back heel there. Devonshire. Didn't quite get under the ball. Dickens. Ward. That was a bit too close, that. Johns. Peake. Devonshire. Oh, it's just too hard for George Parris to get hold of. Throw into Charlton, to be taken by Humphrey. To Lee. Beautiful turn. Devonshire's challenging, but he gets the ball through. Walsh couldn't get it. Ward. Goddard. Dickens plays it out to Orr. Devonshire. Stewart. Neil Orr. Goddard. Back to Orr. Ward. Tucks it through for Alan Dickens. He's won it brilliantly. Ward. I think it's a goal kick. I think it was slightly over when he centred. Little Mark Ward is really doing a lot of work today.
Yeah, I think we've got to look to get the ball out early to Alan Devonshire and Mark Ward, because we look dangerous whenever that happens. But we've also got to be patient. We were patient there and nearly got something from it instead of just throwing the ball in quickly every time. Just got to calm ourselves down, keep composed, and the goal will eventually come.
Hilton. Goddard beaten by Thompson. Cottee's in. Ball breaks for Peake. Long kick by Johns. Neil Orr wins it well. Cottee beaten in the air by Thompson. Dickens to Ward. Well, I think Neil Orr took his eye off the ball there. Ray Stewart with the throw. It's a free kick to West Ham. Mark Reid pushing Wardy in the back there. Ward. Headed out. Devonshire. Goddard. Devonshire. Try to find Goddard, cut out by Peake. Devonshire wins it again. Aizlewood to Peake. Down the line for Melrose. Neil Orr on the ball. Plays it down the line. It's only gone to Peake. Peake whips inside to Walsh. Tries a shot and it's there! From 19 yards. Left foot. 37 minutes. Oh dear, West Ham have it all to do now. Well, what about that one, Alvin?
Really, it's come at a bad time for us. Just before half-time, we were hoping to go in with at least only one goal to get back in the second half, but to be honest, there's not a lot you can do with that. Phil really had no chance with it. If the lads hit a superb shot, and they go in or they don't some days, you know.
Parris. Oh, first time effort there. Just past the post.
It's sad really, because there was only one team who looked like scoring up to that point. You know, Charlton really hadn't done anything going forward, and it was just when we were going to score really, and that really is a body blow.
He was given rather a lot of space there though.
Yes, it looked a little bit casual at times, but that's always it when you're going forwards for long periods of the time. You tend to lose concentration at the back, and that's what we've got to be very, very careful of.
Johns with the goal kick. Long ball for Melrose. Gets past Hilton. Plays it back. Stuart. Brought down by Ray Stewart. Mark Stewart, he's only 19 years old. He came back into the side last week after 4 weeks out with a suspected ankle stress. And he celebrated his return with 2 goals against Leicester City. We've also got an injury in the centre circle. Well, Colin Walsh seems to be okay now. He's limping a little, but it's a free kick to Charlton. Peake to Reid. Beaten by Ward. Throw into Charlton. Hilton. Ward. Thompson. Over the top, nobody there. Phil Parks. Aizlewood. Stewart. Devonshire with a throw. Parris. Tries a long shot, hit the referee. Humphrey bangs it clear, but only to Gale. Back to Devonshire. He's got 2 men to take on. Threads it through to Cottee. Cottee's still on the ball. Gale. High. Mark Reid won it in the air. It's a corner. With 2 minutes to half time. Mark Ward with the corner. Aizlewood. Ray Stewart. Long throw over the top to Goddard. Didn't quite find his man. Parris to Devonshire. Back to Parris. Inside to Goddard. Neil Orr. Devonshire won the throw. Neil Orr. Devonshire. Crossfield ball to Ray Stewart. Stewart out to Ward. First time ball. Cottee there. 33 minutes. That's a great strike. Beautiful, crisp passing. Well, that's the Hammers we know. That's Tony Collier's 8th goal of the season. And it's come just at the right time, Alvin.
Yeah, hallmark of Tony's finishing that. Never anyone, as soon as you knew it was Tony Cottee going to strike it, you knew it was in. It's a great ball from Mark Ward, and Ray Stewart did well to bring the defenders in and then lay it out wide. It's a great goal.
Yeah, I think the crowd were anticipating that Ray would have a shot, actually. He seemed to be lining himself up for, but he did the right thing.
I think their defenders thought that as well.
Gale. Over the top. Thompson. Parris to Cottee. Takes on Humphrey. Just got across behind. There was a deflection, so it's a corner. We're into injury time now in the first half. Ward's come across to take the corner from the left side for the first time in this game. High ball. Gale missed it. Headed it down. Parris. Ray Stewart. Great ball out to Devonshire. He's got Ward inside. Devonshire. Tries to get it through. It's a goal kick. John Humphrey did well there to hold him up. Well, they're taking their time over this one. Johns with the kick. And there goes the whistle for half-time. An entertaining half, Alvin, but not a happy one really for West Ham, although the goal from Cottee just before half-time must have given them a tonic for the second half.
Definitely, I think John will be saying that that's exactly the type of football we want to play. Get the ball out wide, because whenever we get out wide, we look dangerous. Wardy was able to get a cross in there. Dev's still looking a little bit rusty, and that's probably, you know, due to the fact that he hasn't played for such a long time. But in the second half, hopefully he'll find his feet a little bit more, and once we've got both sides going, we are always a very dangerous team then.
Right, welcome back for the second half, and Charlton have got a substitute on, John Pearson for Colin Walsh, who was injured just before half-time.
Yeah, Pearson played against us last year when we beat them 1-0 in the cup, which was live on TV, and he's quite good in the air, so we'll have to be careful of him.
It's a free kick to West Ham, 2-1 down at the interval, but playing against the wind this half, Alvin, and that could make the football flow a little better.
Yeah, I think it depends. I think really we've got to forget about the conditions now and get the ball down on the ground, and that's when we play best with the likes of Dev and Wardy and Goddard, Cottee. We've just got to start playing our natural game. And I think if we do that and are patient, like I said before, we should be able to score 1 or 2 goals against any team.
Reid. Stewart. Inside to Aizlewood. Parris. He read that well. Devonshire. Parris. Well, they got in a mix-up there. Devonshire. What do you think John Lyle will have said to the team at half-time?
I think he'll have used a few firm words, to be honest, Colin, but I think patience is a virtue in this type of situation. But an early goal also would be lovely to be able to start pressing them for the winner, but we've got to be patient and play, like I say, get the ball wide to Wardy. He's on the ball now, and it always looks like happening when he's on the ball.
That looked like handball by Thompson to me. And another snapshot there, so unlucky. We nearly had another dynamic start there with an early goal. Johns. Hilton. Thompson. Dickens stops him. Dickens again. Goddard. Ward. Dickens. Neil Orr spreads it to Ray Stewart. Long ball through for Cottee. Takes on Humphrey. Inside. There's a Goddard. Neil Orr. Well, they're certainly attacking. And there must have been a deflection there because it's a corner. Just like at the end of the first half, we've got Mark Ward taking the corner from the left-hand side. Gale gets the flick on. Cottee, off the post. Hit the outside of the post and into the side netting.
It's interesting, that corner. We always seem to get a lot of joy at the near post. Tony Gale does really well for us, gets a lot of flick-ons, and it's very hard to mark if the ball's put in properly. And Wardy does put a good ball in from that situation.
So things looking good for West Ham at the moment, although they're still trailing by 2-1. Goddard. Dickens. Beautiful ball that for Ward, but I don't think he'll make it. Shirtliff's coming across, gets it back to his keeper. Brilliant ball there from Alan Dickens. Pearson missed that one. Gale. Pearson stopped by Parris. Andy Peake with the throw-in. Parris. Oh, Lee nearly got that shot through. Parks did well to block it. Aizlewood. Ray Stewart. He was hustled out of that one. Thompson just whacks it forward. Phil Parks. Reid. Devonshire to Orr. Finds Ward. Flick back for Orr. Good running this. Inside for Goddard. Couldn't quite make it. Hilton and Melrose. Back to his keeper. Gale. Parris. Gale. Gale. Beautiful play by Gale. Pearson tries to pull him down, but he's got away from him. Out to Goddard. In comes the cross, and Shirtliff heads over his own bar. Nice little move that. Looks like a short corner on here, or is Ward going to hit it long again? There's nobody on the near post at the moment. Ward to Gale. Johns punches out. It'll be a corner. "57 minutes gone. West Ham still striving to get this equaliser." Ward comes across to the other side to take the corner again. Low ball to Gale. Flicks it in. Goddard. Well, he nearly got that one. Finding a few holes now. Gale. Reid with the throw. To Stuart. Back to Reid. Over the top. Pearson. Stewart. Oh, Hilton and Orr both went in for that one. Humphrey. No, it's Peake. Gale. Stewart with the clearance. Aizlewood. Ray Stewart challenged well there. Reid still got it. Gets his cross in. Stewart with a... Oh, that was dangerous. Glancing header from Mark Stewart. Goal kick. A bit of danger there, Alvin.
Yeah, they still look dangerous when they get down this. The left back, is not having a bad game actually, and they'll always look dangerous when they get in the box.
Parks with the kick. Ward. Stewart. Ray Stewart will have the throw. Goddard. Ray Stewart. Up the line for Ward. He was impeded there by Mark Reid. It's a free kick to the Hammers. We've got Gale and Hilton lining up towards the far post. Stewart. Well, the referee doesn't like something. And he's booking Mark Reid. Well, they took the free kick, Alvin, and then they've got to take it again. What's the usual thing? To take the same kick or to try something different now?
Well, I think he'll look for Hilts again. Hilts will be winning a lot in the box, so I think he'll look to put it on Hilts' head.
Stewart. Headed by Reid.
Wrong again.
Neil Orr, good challenge that. The flag was up for offside. Ray Stewart didn't quite like that one, and he's gone over to speak to the linesman. Well, we're into the last half hour of the game now, and it's still a goal down. Ward. Neil Orr. Dickens. Goddard. Pearson to Stewart. Mark Stewart on the ball. Plays it down the line for Reid. Gets his cross in. Parris is there. Dickens clears. Goddard. Beautiful layoff for Devonshire. To Ward. West Ham are on the break. It's cut inside. I think he should have played the early ball there. Stewart making a run. Good ball. Crosses behind.
We tend to be looking a little bit one-sided at the moment. Everything's going down this right-hand side, and I think really I'd like to see Dev getting involved a little bit more on the other side, so it gets both channels working, and it stretches their back four out a lot more when they've got to worry about the two sides.
Yeah, I felt that maybe Mark Ward should have switched that ball instead of holding it up. Cottee was making a run on the left. It's Mark Stewart now.
Oh dear.
Cross shot. Goddard lays it off with his chest to Orr. Goddard. Ward. Cross to the far post for Goddard. Inside to Dickens. It was unfortunate. The ball broke wide, and Nicky Johns came out and smothered it well. But a promising move there. Melrose. Hilton. Nice bit of play. Cottee. Hilton. Neil Orr. Gale. Goddard's free. It's caught offside. Shirtliff with the kick. Pearson. Ray Stewart. Offside flag. Ray Stewart. Shirtliff. Neil Orr beaten by Mark Stewart. Orr wins it back again. Cottee. Good flick on for Goddard. And he's got there, he's through. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, well, that was a golden opportunity squandered there. A brilliant flick there by Tony Cottee, Alvin.
Yeah, I think Sarge's done ever so well to get himself there, and it was a 50-50 ball. He didn't bottle out to the challenge, and just could not hold his balance as he went near the goal. I think if he'd have known that he had a little bit more time, he might have just steadied himself a little bit more. But we can see a lot more than he can down there.
That's true. Well, Paul Goddard and goalkeeper Nicky Johns were both injured in that clash, both receiving attention. Still the score is West Ham United 1, Charlton Athletic 2. Well, Andy Peake just went over to the bench and asked for something or other, I don't know what. Johns with the goal kick. Gale. Neil Orr. Whips it out to Cottee. Aizlewood. Parris with a throw. Gale. Pumped up field for Goddard. Thompson's with him. And the throw goes to Charlton. Andy Peake, the former Leicester City player, with the throw. Pearson. Hilton. Thompson's under it. Dev with a throw. Goddard to Parris. Bad layoff there. Ray Stewart. Ward. Beautiful ball. Ray just couldn't get it in. Aizlewood's there again to sweep up. Neil Orr. Melrose. Blocked by Hilton. Aizlewood. Hilton. Ray Stewart. Melrose. Pearson won it, but it's a throw into West Ham. Ray Stewart with a throw. Aizlewood. Throw on. Reid. Good header by Pearson. Oh, Hilton did well there. Plays his way out of trouble to Ward. Back to Ray Stewart. Long ball upfield. Goddard chasing. Thompson wins it in the air. Aizlewood again. He's in so much of this play. Parris. Devonshire. Robbed there by Lee. Lee's going away. Gale's chasing him. Devonshire's there as well. Lee's still on the ball. And it's a free kick to Charlton. Dev seems to be fading out of the game at the moment. Do you think that maybe Kevin Keane will be brought on?
Yeah, I think fitness is bound to tell as the game goes on with Dev. He hasn't played for such a long time, but a fresh pair of legs might well do the trick. But I'm sure John feels at the moment it's not necessary.
A free kick to Charlton, to be taken by Andy Peake. They've got the big fella John Pearson in the middle there. Comes wide for him. He lashed at it but couldn't get a hold of the ball. Hilton leaves it for Ray Stewart. Neil Orr has got space. Dickens. Orr. Goddard. Ray Stewart. Goddard. Well taken. Knocks it on. Mark Reid plays it back to his keeper. Well, we're into the last quarter of an hour now, and Charlton still clinging on to this 2-1 lead. Do you think the tension's getting to them now?
I think as the game goes on, they're going to get stronger because the crowd obviously get a little bit frustrated, and the players are in tune with what the crowd are feeling, and they tend to get a little bit more rushed in whatever they try and do. So the longer the game goes on, obviously, the more chance Charlton have got of holding on to this one-goal lead.
Peake. Pearson's clear. Everybody thought he was offside. Parks. It's a goal. My goodness gracious me. 76 minutes. And Pearson, well, everybody thought he was offside. Charlton. It just doesn't look like it's going to be West Ham's day today. Well, I'd like to see that one again, Alvin. I'm not sure whether it was offside or not, but they certainly left him a lot of space.
It certainly took a long time coming down, and it took a long time going in the net as well. It seemed like an eternity.
Well, West Ham have also made a substitution. Kevin Keane's just come on for Devonshire. So what we anticipate has happened. Parris. Stewart. Ward. Cut out by Reid. Battles his way through to Mark Stewart. Offside. The referee wants that to be taken again. The ball was moving, he said. 12 minutes left. West Ham United 1, Charlton Athletic 3. Aizlewood. Hilton. Neil Orr did well there. Aizlewood again. Melrose. Peake. Humphrey. Melrose. Tony Gale clears. Only to Humphrey. First challenge there by Kevin Keane. Peake to Humphrey. The linesman's flagging for a foul throw. Parris to Keane. Parris back to Phil Parks. Anxious moments now. Phil Parks. Neil Orr's done well there. Keane. Hilton. Free kick for the challenge on Keane there. Gale. He's got Ray Stewart to his right. Threads it through for Ward. Ward bustled off the ball there by Reid. Melrose to Reid. And Charlton are on the break again. Long ball through. Well taken there by Alan Dickens. Gale. Kevin Keane's clear on the left. Goddard. Ward. Through to Cottee. No, he won't get that one.
It's very difficult to get a ball in behind this back four. Johns dominates his area and stands out well off his line. He's always on for the chip, but he plays as a sweeper for them, and that makes it much more difficult for Tony and Paul Goddard to get behind them.
Gale to Parris. Keane. On the run, good run, through to Cottee. Too many bodies there. Good run there by Kevin. Shirtliff. Gale, troubled there by the wind, but he still won the ball. Robert Lee. Parris. Andy Peake taking his time. Referee's urging him to take the throw. Cut out by Parris. Throw on. Pearson. Kevin Keane cuts it out. Well, they've given a corner there. I thought he was a foul challenge in the back on Keane there, but the linesman gave the corner. Andy Peake to take it. They'll be looking for big John Pearson, no doubt. They've taken it short. Good tackle there by Keane. Good challenge, and he's still on the ball. It's the throw into Charlton. West Ham just can't get hold of the ball to do anything at the moment. Charlton very much in the driving seat. Peake. Hilton to Keane. To Hilton. Sidesteps Melrose. Out to Stewart. Ward. It's going past Reid. Couldn't get his cross over Thompson. Lee. Out to Peake. Gale. Keane. Melrose. Parris to Gale. Parris. Goddard. Keane. Cut out there by Humphrey. Belts the ball downfield again. Gale chases. Melrose on his heels. Finds Parks. Ray Stewart. 2 minutes to go. Ward. Dickens was cut out there by Shirtliff. Dickens still gets the ball. Ward to Stewart. Ray Stewart changes. George Parris. Robert Lee got a boot in there, but Keane will get it. Tries to get a first-time cross in. It's blocked by Peake. Corner. I don't think there's any question that West Ham can pull this one out of the fire now, but it'd be nice to get another goal once we come up to the final minutes. Keane with the corner. Gale. Booted away by Thompson. Hilton. And it's a throw on to Charlton. Again, taking their time with this throw on. Andy Peake. To Robert Lee. Back to Peake. He's got to get a cross in. Melrose was there with a clear header again. Ray Stewart pressing forward. Dickens tries to slot Wardy in. It's a throw in. We're into injury time now. Neil Orr. Keane wins the corner. That's a poor one. And Charlton break again. Pearson finds Melrose. Parris held him up, and Neil Orr will complete the clearance. But again, we were looking ragged at the back there. Andy Peake with the throw. Cut out by Keane. Pearson to Peake. He's going to waste as much time as he can there. Hooked away by Keane. And there goes the whistle. Well, an entertaining game, Alvin, but not the right score for West Ham United's point of view.
No, very disappointing. We've got a good little run going, and a result today really would have pushed us up that league, I think. Considering that at half time a lot of the other results were going for us, it's a really bad performance by us, yeah.